You know what's really interesting to me? It's crazy how people who have never walked down the narrow path and refuse to acknowledge it wants to tell believers who have chosen the narrow path it don't take all that when the Bible clearly tells us it takes all of that. But the Lord showed me something. He said, many of my children, they have discernment, but they discern too late. Woo! And it happens for many different reasons. Sometimes it's because you are not really secure that you hear from God, or you have too many voices in your ears, or there's other dominant voices more than the Lord. Yeah, you might have a good judge of character, but then it's too late. Something has already happened. You were trying to do that business deal. It seemed like it was a good idea. And yes, they may be consistent and a hard worker, but they don't have any integrity when it comes to the numbers. Yes, you dated that guy. Yes, he is very gifted in the choir, all the things. But then you found out after you married him that he had a lust problem that he's really not interested in overcoming. So there are some times where we can discern, but we discern too late, especially when it manifests in the physical. Let me tell you something. If don't let nobody talk you out of what you pick up in a spiritual sense. And I'm being very transparent with you. I've had to part ways with people. And see, I didn't know I had this gifting as a kid, and I didn't know how to articulate myself well. I'm going to be honest. I did not. And I'm going to tell you what blessed me. There was a particular lady. I'm trying hard to make sure I don't say nobody's name. I was a kid. I just didn't like her. She didn't like me, and I did not like her. And I remember so much so, I told my mama this story the other day. I told her, I reminded her, I said, you remember this lady here never liked her? Okay, you can tell her though. And I remember she gave my mother a book called The Strong-Willed Child, which, okay, yeah, I'm strong-willed, but the lesson is to teach the child how to use it so that, because in this life, you need to be strong-willed. Our issue is when we're strong-willed in the wrong thing. And something happened. I won't go into detail because there are a lot of different people, follow me, know me from the past. And years later, like years, I was in my 20s, somebody that I knew growing up around me, she was an adult. She told me, she said, Tasha, you were right. She said, you were right. Because I used to say, that lady is fake. She was fake. And what it really was, she was operating from a place of people pleasing, and I couldn't fully articulate it. And I'm sure there's some wounds. Now I can understand it as an adult. They gotta be wounds that make somebody act that way. But the discernment in what I said, now you hear what I'm saying after betrayal has happened. But when I said it in real time, you couldn't hear me. I pray that the Lord will open up your ears so that you can hear God in real time and you don't explain away what he's showing you, especially when you like the person or you love something.